You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodriguez for Black and White Sports. Sometimes things just happen that become poetic justice. Sha'Carri Richardson, she got, as we know, kicked out of the Olympics over a THC ban, right? A marijuana ban, a weed ban, a cannabis ban. Well, it seems Forbes did a little digging on one ultra-woke lunatic known as Megan Rapinoe. That's right. The star of the U.S. women's soccer team. And she is feeling the brunt of what she has dealt out herself for years now. She is catching backlash. She is being called a white supremacist by the ultra wokes on Twitter. Watch what you do, Megan, because it seems even you, super woke, can't escape what the wrath of the wokey woke super wokes online. So we're going to get to that very quickly. I am wearing our America First shirt. God, I love this shirt. I have ordered 3 different ones in 3 different styles because I like it so much. I had one of our subscribers send me a picture of his that he bought in black, and the flag was charcoal gray, I believe. And I was like, wow, that's dope. So I went and ordered one. I sent the picture to Matrix. He went and ordered one. You can get one out of the merch store using promo code Megan Sucks, S-U-X, all one word. Get you 25% off, our largest discount we've ever given anybody. So go over there, grab this shirt out, or any of our other shirts. Let's get to Rapinoe getting drug online. Doobie Standard. Megan Rapinoe promotes cannabis brand at the Olympics after Sha'Carri Richardson ban. Oh, Megan Rapinoe. What a tangled web we weave indeed. The Summer Olympics are finally underway in Tokyo. U.S. track star Sha'Carri Richardson, who failed a drug test and ensuing suspension, reignited the conversation over the criminalization of drugs in black and brown communities last month. And keep in mind, this is Yahoo, folks, okay? They're going to be really, really left on these issues. Somehow marijuana is a black or brown issue only, according to them, not according to me. All right. At this point, I mean, I'm really surprised it's not just legal everywhere, at least in, smaller portions, right? Not in distribution portions, but you get my drift. Well, consider soccer champ Megan Rapinoe's latest brand deal. I can't help but just laugh at this. Additional fuel to the fire. A recent Forbes piece centered on Rapinoe and a new addition to her training regimen, CBD gummies and topical sticks. Now, there's a lot of sports stars out there, or former sports stars, promoting this CBD stuff, okay? I have not tried it. Look, I power lifted for years. My body kills me sometimes. Who knows? Began recirculating Friday afternoon within the context of Richardson's very public exclusion from the games for a slightly different substance, leading commenters to label the Olympics as racist and sexist towards black women. It's effing gross. People are arguing the differences between the substances are not significant enough to justify the difference in how they've been treated at the Olympics and the media at large. Very interesting. This person tweeted out, question mark in caps. They disqualified Sha'Carri Richardson for testing positive for marijuana, but they have 2 white women promoting it and talking about using it to help them as athletes. That is very interesting. The Olympics is racist and sexist towards black women. They're disgusting. Black women's lives matter, this person wrote. Sha'Carri gets disqualified, but Rapinoe gets amplified. THC and CBD come from the same plant, laugh out loud. Reminds me of how black people were punished 100-1 for crack versus cocaine. Gotta love white privilege and institutionalized racism. Oh, stop it. Good God. This is how they get down on Twitter. Effing excuse me. Sha'Carri Richardson got banned for using cannabis after she found out her mother died while being interviewed, but somehow it's okay for white people to incorporate it into their training regimens. Here's the thing. A lot of black athletes use CBD as well, okay? Let's be clear about that. White supremacy is banning Sha'Carri Richardson for smoking weed while Megan Rapinoe gets praise for her use of CBD. Highly reminiscent of how crack cocaine is infinitely more criminalized than powder cocaine to ensure disproportionate incarceration of black people. Good God. Dude, coke and crack are both bad, all right? They're both really bad. So the Olympics can disqualify Sha'Carri Richardson for smoking cannabis under the guise of it being a performance-enhancing drug. But you know, a couple of white folks advertising cannabis and not a effing peep, but an article in Forbes saying the quiet part out loud. See, this right here, Sha'Carri couldn't smoke due to traumatizing loss, but these white athletes get to be, quote, the new face of cannabis at Tokyo Olympics. The hypocrisy is blatant. I don't give a F if it's about CBD or THC. They both come from the same plant. Girl, who gives a F? CBD and THC is part of the same cannabis plant. The point is, the things are only criminalized and penalized when people do it. White people always find a way to make things totally acceptable, just like when weed was illegal until they found out there was profit. Wow, she is getting drug. So, let's leave it right there. There's a ton of them. To reiterate what many commentators on the other side of the debate said, CBD and THC, the chemical that disqualified Richardson from competition, comes from different plants, hemp and marijuana respectively. These sister plants are related, but it's marijuana's higher THC and larger psychoactive effect that separates it from CBD, at least in the eyes of the Olympic Committee. It should be noted that Rapinoe won't be using Mindy products at the Olympics, giving Tokyo strict anti-cannabis laws. The article in question was simply framing Rapinoe's adoption of Mindy, which was founded by her sister Rachel, within a broader narrative of the drug's increased acceptance in the sports world at large. Well, almost all of it. In fact, the U.S. soccer captain voiced her support for Richardson earlier this month. This is trash. Standing with at Sha'Carri. This has been outdated. This is trash. Standing with Sha'Carri. This has been outdated. Megan Rapinoe. Richardson owed up to her drug use, and look, yeah, she went out there. She didn't for a second try to deflect. She owned the situation. As a responsible adult, she said, "My bad. I knew I wasn't supposed to do it, and I got blasted. I accept my responsibility." Now you can argue the semantics and the politics surrounding CBD, THC, the differences, all of that sort of thing can be argued around. That's great. But it's so funny, and it's such poetic justice that Megan Rapinoe, somebody that has been out there absolutely shilling the BLM and preaching against white supremacy, is now being labeled a white supremacist because she is promoting something that is very loosely connected to what got Sha'Carri Richardson banned. And that is how this works, Megan. That is how this works. You see how it feels when you do people the way you have been doing people for a long time. And that is poetic justice. She is one of the biggest loudmouths out there, running her mouth about all kinds of false narratives like police brutality, racial oppression, you name it. She has run the gamut. There's a picture of her out there with herself and her girlfriend Sue Bird together wearing their Black Lives Matter shirts, and now she's been labeled an ist. How about that, guys? Tell me what you think. Hit subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the podcast, growing like crazy over there. I mean, we are literally getting thousands upon thousands upon thousands of listens. If you can't catch us on YouTube, you can catch the audio while you're working in the office or driving in the car. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.